if I can do it, I'm telling you, you can do it, okay? If I can do it, you can do it. I'm looking right into the lens because I'm talking to you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today I'm doing a super exciting video. I think I say that in every single video I do. No, but this video is really super exciting for me because I'm super passionate about this topic. I love anything real estate, financial. My major goals in life is to have financial freedom, so like everybody else, right? But in this video, I want to show you tips on how you can grow your credit score pretty quick, as well as buy your own homes. So if you guys would like to know how to grow your credit score, or how I bought my house at 20 with the help of my credit score, then just stay tuned. Okay, so first things first, we got to talk about credit. Okay, so what is credit? Well, credit is basically like your report card. Like, it's how people know whether you're trustworthy or not. And I'm so happy to be partnering with Credit Sesame in this video because they have an awesome website and an app that you can go to and check your credit score for absolutely no money. It's free and it does not ding your credit score. Now that is so important, because while trying to buy my house and while trying to get your credit score to where you need it to be, you obviously want to know where it's at, but you don't want to have to find out by taking some dings to your credit. It gives you tips on like how you can up your credit score just on there. They also have ID protection up to $50,000, which is crazy insane because it's absolutely free. So to have that for absolutely nothing is awesome as well. Make sure you guys check that out, and it is just so vital and important. You need to be able to check your credit score. If you don't know what it is, chances are it's probably not that good, okay? Because that means you're just not keeping track of what you're doing out here, and they were. So go there and check it out, okay? So that way you can get on that, and that's number one step, okay? That's number one tip, just for getting your credit score better. You got to know what it is, okay? I'm just going to share a couple more tips on credit and how to build that before I get into me purchasing my home and how that, because all of this ties into that and it's super important. So that's why I wanted to kind of do this video hand in hand. Yeah, so another tip is do not use your credit cards like credit cards. Use them as debit cards. Whatever you have in your checking is what you can spend on your credit cards. Don't go spending $1,000 if you know you don't have $1,000 to put on that month, because now you're going to be paying interest. If you have $50 in your bank account, instead of using your debit card, just go ahead and use your credit card. You know, that way you can get all those good old points if your credit card has points, and then you're establishing credit. So then you just pay the full amount back, and you have to pay, and you don't pay any interest, zero interest, and that's the goal. Another thing is you want to make kind of sort of a big purchase. So what I did, which in return helped me take out a car loan, and that helped my credit score kind of jump. So if you don't have any loans out and you are like, okay, my credit score is just not growing, but I pay all my bills. Well, yeah, you're paying your gas, electric, phone, and all that, but it's not a big hard loan, so it's not really going to help accumulate in as fast as the other one. So you want to make sure that you do take out a loan, so some type of loan if you're able to, and then you can pay that back. And even if you take out a loan and pay it directly back, I mean, you still are building credit. Credit scores go up and down like crazy, so if yours is really bad, don't freak out and think, oh, it'll take me years. No, if you work on that, you can build your credit score super quick. You just have to be on top of it. You have to be in the know, and you got to make sure you're making your payments, you're getting those debt downs as much as you can. If you don't have any loans, considering maybe taking out a small loan just to establish that credit, not using your credit card as a credit card, but more as a debit card, and just not spending money you don't have on it. But yeah, so anyway, this all kind of ties into what helped me buy a home. So I learned about my credit very early on, which I'm so thankful for. And then after that, I basically I started working crazy amount, which I know you probably watching this are like, okay, why did you work 2-3 jobs at one time? Well, I figured if I'm not in school, then I might as well just be working, because I need to be making money if I'm not, you know, taking this time and going to school. So I did work 2-3 jobs for about 8 months to a year, and in that time I literally just saved everything I could. It was not fun. I didn't go out. Believe me, I lived in Hawaii and I didn't even go and enjoy the beach, which is kind of crazy. But it does take sacrifice. It does take hard work and patience. It's not something that you can just, you know, take 2 months and then go out and buy a house unless you have all that money and stuff. I didn't have that money, so I had to get it. I was working at a hotel, making pretty decent money, and I wanted to move. I saved up enough money and I wanted to move back home to California, so I did. But one thing that helped me was I stayed within the same company. So whenever you're going to buy a home, and most of the time, if it's an FHA loan, which is a first-time home buyer's loan, and what most people use when they buy their first home, you gotta show stability in your job. If you're at one job and then you jump to another one the next year, it's not the same, so you probably won't qualify. So you want to make sure that you have the same job for at least 2 years, because that's how long they go back to look at your taxes and look at your W-2s and all that fun stuff and how much money you make. So luckily I got lucky, it was with the same company, so they counted it as the same. So I had the 2 years of good standing with the same company, making around the same amount of money. It didn't jump from 1 year and it wasn't all over the place. So that was one thing. Second, I did take out a car loan because I wanted to establish more credit. But what I did is I put a lot of money towards it, so that way my payment was very low, because debt to income ratio is very, very important, and that's how they basically base it and see, can you afford this? Because yeah, you might make $4,000, but if you got a freaking $1,000 car payment or you got a $500 car payment, then really they can only go off that $3,500, if that makes sense. So as much debt as you have is just as important as much money as you're making. So you definitely want to make sure that your loans or your monthly money that you're shipping out is not that much. So I guess with that tip is just keep your payments as low as possible. If you are going to go get in a car loan before you're going to buy a house, make sure that you try to get that payment as low as you can, because having a big car payment it's going to hurt you. Thirdly, since I had that savings, it did really help me, because you are going to need money for closing costs. So they want to see that you at least have some sufficient money for closing costs and things of that sort. They want to see that you have a good standing job, one that is consistent and you've been at for at least 2 years. And then they want to see a good credit, a good report card. It kind of seems like, okay, duh, that's what you need. But a lot of people, you know, they think that home buying is so far because you need all these things. But honestly, you know, I'm saying that you need to be in the positive with all those, but you don't need to be perfect with all that, if that makes sense. You don't need to like have like the lowest car payment ever and make a super big amount of money, and your credit score needs to be like 800. That's not what I'm saying. It definitely depends on the amount of loan that you're getting. Like if it's a $50,000 loan, obviously the requirements aren't going to be as big as a $200,000 loan. So just kind of like doing your research and kind of seeing, you know, how much are the properties going for around me, how much would I probably need for closing costs. All this stuff you can look up, you know, online, and that's really what I did. I just went and like Googled everything. All that said, I was able to buy my first home, and it was such a big deal for me because like I said, I don't really come from money. So to kind of put it in perspective and just to let you know kind of on how much I like don't really come from, and it's not a sob story at all. I had a great childhood, but I'm one of 5 kids, and the house that I bought was, we grew up in a little mobile home, and the house that I bought was 3 times the amount of the house that I grew up in. Probably more, I don't know. Yeah, probably around that amount. So yeah, I don't come from much, so it was a really big deal for me. It still is, it's still awesome. I really hope that you guys gained something from this. Honestly, I was all over the place with this video. I wanted to like touch on the topic of how to get your credit score in the right place, or you know, the importance of credit, as well as kind of telling you guys what I was able to do with my credit and how I was able to buy my own home. I've been all over the place with my channel, but since it is a kind of a newer channel. I want to be able to introduce all the things that I love so you guys can get the real me. So yeah, you never know what you're gonna get on my channel, but honestly, I love it that way because this is me. This is a part of me. I love this stuff as much as I love fitness and all the other things I do on my channel. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't remember to give me a thumbs up, because I don't want you to remember to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video, because then that lets me know these are the type of videos that you like and you want to see more of this. Okay, comment down below what you'd love to see next from me, because I love to go off of your guys' ideas and give you what you... Sorry, I just ate some cheese. Give you what you guys like to see. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I know I say that a bunch in my outros, but I'd like to thank you guys. You, the people, are what makes my channel my channel. If not anything else, I hope it was a little bit of inspiration to you. Yeah, I really hope to see you guys in my next one, and until then, I will see you next week. Ooh! Ooh, la 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 la.